Hey everyone, this is Fedde Le Grand and you're watching Love This City TV.
Typical question I have to start off with: how does it feel to be in Canada's largest music festival?
Well, actually, I just realized that I've been coming here for such a long time, but I've never done any festival at all. So I'm just super curious. I literally I've only seen like this stand here, so I haven't seen much of the festival. But as soon as this interview is over, I'll just walk around and see what it's all about. But I'm super excited. Actually, my light and my VJ guy was like over the moon about the stage, so it must be really good.
So why don't you tell me about your production company, Flamingo Records? What kind of genres do you have on that label?
Well, I mean, same as me. I don't really want to commit to one really, particular thing. But what I like to do is just, sign artists that I think are really talented. And, in general, I try to, that's how I found Nicky Romero, Dennis Koyu, Danny Avila, and I do a lot with Jules and Scott Sparks. And so, I just like to find artists that really have their own sound and are not afraid to do something different from everything else that's out there. So I really sign from deep house to, I don't know, EDM or house and everything in between. So, yeah.
So when you're producing your own music, do you find that you're pulling from that same feeling, that same sound, that same motivation that you have within you when you hear new artists, or it's more an individual thing per artist?
No, I mean, I think no matter what you do, even if you don't want it to, you always get influenced by what's happening around you. But I think that the trick is to kind of like, I see it like, it's the same when you cook a certain dish. I mean, it's a mix of everything, and that's the trick. I think to do your own like special sauce on all your music. I think that's very important, and and that's how I like. I never did like one particular thing, because it just after a while it just bores me. I just want to be creative and do something weird every now and then, or something that's off, and sometimes I just need something for my set that just plain works. So that's and that creative freedom is just is what I like about making music. So
okay, so when you're producing your own music, what is it in life that motivates you to create those certain tracks? Because as the time changes, obviously your feelings, emotions, whatever's inside of you changes as well. So like where you're at right now as opposed to where you were at when you started, where have you seen the fluctuation and change? What motivates you to create the music you do today?
That's a good question, actually. Well, I mean, I think some things never change, and I think especially the purely dance tracks usually come from just playing. Sometimes you miss something in your set. You say, I really need something like this or like this or like this, and then you get an idea and you go into the studio and it just makes something that fits your set. So that's more like music that has a purely dance for purpose. But I think if you write more of a song, it usually comes from a certain feeling or something you went through, and because I if it's possible, it isn't always, but I like to sit down with the writer or give a direction or actually write together, because I think it's such a, especially lyrics, it's such a personal thing. So I think it's important that that feeling that you want to describe shines through in the track. So yeah.
So what are your favorite tonight at Digital Dreams when you play? What are your tracks that everyone's gonna be looking out for, and what are your favorite tracks you'll be playing?
In general, definitely "Dope," which is a track that is from Jules and Scott Sparks, to artists I support. I'm trying out 3 new tracks for sure of my own. One is "Twisted," which will be out in about 2 weeks. One is "Take Me Home," who I did with a friend of mine, Patrick LaFonque, who I did Autosave with like years ago. And actually my favorite probably is "Cinematic." It's like a full vocal track, but even though people don't know it yet, it just works. So I'm kind of proud of that.
I'm so happy you had the time to sit down with Love This City. So as a thank you, ourselves, Love This City and Newegg, wanted to give you these monster headphones.
Definitely, I haven't heard them actually, so I'm gonna check them out. Cool. Thank you.
One last thing, you got some tagged T-shirts as well.
Oh, great. Okay. Nice.
It's all yours.
I wish all
Thank you
interviews
very
were
much.
like this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.